I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be talking about The Walking Dead top 10 my favorite episodes of all time, season 1 through 10. So yeah, before we dive on in, I got some couple honorable mentions. So one is season 2 episode 12. This is with Shane's death. I really enjoyed this episode, with it building up to the moment between Shane versus Rick, and pretty much Rick had to kill his best friend and then turn around with Shane coming back, and Carl had to kill him, and then after that it was just building up to the next episode of them losing the farm. That was a really good episode, I think, and to end Shane's character. Another one is season 3 episode 4. This is Lori's death, and also and I think T-Dog died too, and Judith's birth. So this was a very sad, emotional episode with them finding the prison, and then they settle in, and then they had to go back and forth with these prisoners that was there and stuff, and then having that moment with Rick and Lori and stuff, and then having with all these prisoners build up some herds and stuff, and Lori going in labor, and Maggie had to pretty much give her a C-section because she wasn't going to make it out and stuff. So yeah, Lori sacrificed herself to bring Judith in the world, and I love that moment with Lori and Carl. And then with T-Dog sacrificing himself to save Carol and stuff, and then finding it when at the end of it, when they find with Rick finding out that Lori's dead and having that emotional stuff seen on Carl's face. So that's all of my honorable mentions. So we're going to dive into my top 10 favorite episodes of the Walking Dead series. So number 10 on my list is season 2 episode 7. This was the big episode, I think, for Walking Dead so far, was when the whole barn scene with Shane being Shane, and everybody was just like finding out that there was walkers in the barn, and Shane opened it up and they shot all them walkers that was family to Herschel or friends that he knowed. And then it revealed Sophia being dead and being in that barn, and with everybody being totally shocked, and then it just leads there. And I think for that episode, that was the turning point of how Walking Dead got you hooked, I think, for me. There was a lot of good moments in season 2 too, with that was one of the episodes and stuff. So yeah, that is number 10. So number 9 is going to be season 7 episode 1. This was the big episode with Abraham dying and Glenn dying, and also with all the Negan stuff, because the season 6 finale was just an introduction and the cliffhanger, and you had to wait months to see who did he kill, and all that stuff. And it just was really, I think, with Greg Nicotero directing this, and he done a lot of big episodes like this, of him directing it, and it was just really played out with having back and forth with Rick's point of view and then Negan's point of view and stuff like that, because in the finale it was pretty much Negan's point of view when he lined up everybody, and then we see Rick's point of view, and I really enjoyed that episode overall of that. So that was number 9. Number 8 is going to be season 6 episode 9. This was with the No Way Out arc, and that was the season 6 season premiere, I think. But yeah, I really love this episode with No Way Out, with them all stuck with this big herd that they just trying to take out and stuff with Rick and Carl and Jesse and her kids and Michonne going through this herd as dressed up as the meat stuff from the Walker, and then with Sam freaking out and getting killed, Jesse freaked out because her son just got killed tonight, and then she died. And then with Ron turning around wanting to kill Rick, and then Michonne took him out, and then Carl losing his eye, and it's just all that scene right there was just like boom, boom, boom. You're like, what the heck's going on? What the heck's going on? And all that stuff, and then everybody come together taking out this big old herd. I love that episode for me. So yeah, that was number 8. So number 7 is going to be season 5, episode 3. Season 5 overall is a pretty good season in my point of view, especially the first couple episodes of season 5. And episode 3 was a pretty cool episode. It involved termites and them all in the church with Rick and them killing all the termites, and with that red machete, and with Rick telling Garrett that I promise you I'm going to kill you. And it's just overall, it was a really cool episode with Father Gabriel said, this is the church, and I think it was Maggie said, no, it's just 4 walls and a roof. And awesome episode. So that is number 7. So number 6 is going to be season 7, episode 16. That was the season finale, and that beginning with season 8 with All Out War. I love this episode because it was just focused on Sasha, and with Sasha dying and then turned as a Sasha Walker, and then being a total badass and trying to eat Negan up, and then Shiva being a badass and coming out and attacking the Savers and stuff. I really loved that episode, especially with that moment of it. It was just really cool with you seeing Sasha's point of view of her dying and her last thoughts and stuff, and she sacrificing herself to protect the people that she really, really cared about. So yeah, that is number 6. So number 5 is going to be season 4, episode 8. This was a very big emotional episode for this season, with losing Herschel by the governor, losing the prison, and everybody separated after the aftermath with the governor versus Rick. We almost, governor tried to kill Rick, and then Michonne coming out of nowhere, and then the governor died. That was a good send-off for that villain for season 4 and season 3. And then just see all the motion of when Herschel died, and then they had to get out of there because of the whole battle, getting people out of there. And yeah, I think this was a good, I think my opinion is a real good episode in general, with everybody going in towards this episode. So that is number 5. Number 4 is going to be season 1, episode 1. This episode was the beginning of The Walking Dead, of it all. That started it all. So, with Rick, seeing what he was before the world had ended, with him waking up from the coma, of him don't know where it is, what's happened, and so and seeing his journey of him running it with Morgan and talking to Morgan, and his journey of finding his family. And I really love this episode with him. The beginning of the episode, shooting Teddy Bear Girl, and then at the end he shoots Bicycle Girl, and it was just overall awesome episode to start the series. So that is number 4. Number 3 is going to be season 9, episode 15. So this episode overall was a very impacted episode, with the Whisper Pot death scene, and just overall for me, they're going back and forth, them arriving to the fire, and with Alpha and Lydia moment, with Alpha showing Daryl the big ass herd that she threatened, and then walking up to see who was killed on the pot death scene. for me, I was very shocked that they killed off the characters. They killed off like Enid and Tara and Henry and stuff, but there was some of them was very whoa. They did like they actually done it and stuff. So yeah, that was a really good episode, I think, my opinion of. So yeah, that's number 3. Number 2 is going to be season 5, episode 1. This episode right here, is a reason probably why season 5 was a really good season, in my opinion and stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode with them at the tournaments and all the action packed with everybody, like Rick and Daryl and Glenn was lined up, and Bob was like waiting to them killing them and finding out they eat people. They just get them up and kill them and stuff, and with all that. So I love that with Carol coming in, being Rambo and blowing up shit and stuff like that. So yeah, and then having the end of it with Carl and Rick reunited Judas because they really thought she was actually dead. So that is number 2. Number 1 is going to be my favorite episode of all time. Season 9, episode 5. I love this moment because this was Rick's last episode, and I think they really killed this episode for a lot of reasons. With sending off a really good character that we saw that started the show, and his journey after episode 4 with him injured, and we thought he was going to die. He was just building up, and him wanted to find his family, and then figuring out that he is protecting the family that are still here, and blowing up the bridge. And we thought intermittently he was dead, and I'm like, no, and then finding out he is actually alive, and we're like, yay. But yeah, I really love this episode. It's one of my it is my favorite episode of all times of The Walking Dead. So yeah, that is my top 10 favorite episodes of The Walking Dead as whole, season 1 through 10. So let me know in the comments below what your your favorite episode of all time. And also, if you're new to my channel, you like what you see, go and hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell for you guys to keep up with new videos. And I'll check you guys out in my next video.